Today we're gonna be looking at a method where we can shift from the spin of the default mode network into coherence. And it's a really interesting insights today, because what we're going to learn, I'm sure you've walked into a room and felt the vibes, and we say that people have good energy and they have good vibration. Well, it's exciting to live at this time. One of the amazing things about living right now is that these things that we hear about, like we've heard about chi, which is energy, and we know about Star Wars and the force, right? And prana is energy. And when we breathe, and the energy goes up our spine, and we breathe out and the energy comes down our spine, we are working with the life force energy. We can feel the life force energy. You can feel the life force energy just doing this with your hands and sort of sensing a ball. Go ahead and give it a try. Put your hands in and out and just notice. And that's what Tai Chi and Qigong are all based on. They're movement based, understanding that we're vibrating energy. So if you don't like to sit still and you want to wiggle, Tai Chi and Qigong are great meditation processes for you. Now, Einstein said that everything is energy. He went further. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it, right? But we've been squirrely about being okay. We feel like that's woo-woo because we haven't been scientifically studying energy. But this is the new science. We are starting to study energy thanks to quantum physics, which validated it all. So this is awesome, very exciting. And we're going to learn some things about energy from a scientific perspective today. Most of the research, or a lot of the research, not most, a lot of the research being done on this is by HeartMath, which is a nonprofit organization devoted to studying this, and very conservative organization. So completely science-based. So, if you've ever heard of anything like The Secret or the Law of Attraction, they're drawing on things like this quote from Einstein, and then this one from Tesla. If you want to find the secrets to the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So that's what we're going to be talking today, is that you do vibrate. We do vibrate. And those vibrations create a magnetic field around us that is actually measurable, and they are measuring it. Right? So we can see that pretty much everything creates some kind of magnetic field that vibrates. And here's the magnetic field of the human heart. And then it emits a stronger magnetic field than actually our brain, which is very interesting, right? So our magnetic field of our heart emits a magnetic field. This is why we can sense emotions around us. And some of us are more attuned to it, but we can all cultivate it. And it changes according to our emotions. So our emotions are a very powerful source, and they come from the body. I mean, we do have top-down creations of emotions, like when I'm spinning and worrying, for sure. And that influences the body, which sends the energy right back up, right? So here's just a couple of interesting slides. Here, MIT researchers made a machine. Let's take a breath. Send some love to our feet. Send some love to your feet. Say, thanks, feet. Okay. So MIT researchers made a machine that can read your feelings through radio waves. Okay. And this is like how we can measure or see the waves of some of our different emotions. And you can see that upsetting emotions are very jagged and irregular. And the more loving emotions, let's send some love to our hands. Loving our hands. Love that opposable thumb. Loving the thumb. So relaxation, appreciation have a more coherent or smooth or harmonious, we could call it, vibration. And our vibes actually do intersect. We influence each other. There is that invisible net. Wow. They're measuring it now. It's proven. So you can see here, in our thoughts and emotions affect our magnetic field, which expands beyond our own realm. And here, Scientific America. Okay. Now this is a conservative publication. My dog's vibration fields are going nuts. Can you hear my dog? Yeah. No, yeah. Java, shh, it's all right. Something must be being delivered somewhere in the neighborhood. Anyway, when things get into proximity, they will often start after a little time to vibrate together at the same frequency. And here's the article if you'd like to read the article. So we influence each other. We do influence each other. This until we're aware of something, we're unconscious of it. But once we become aware of it, we can start to work with it, right? So energetic communication research. Now this is Heart Math, which is the institute nonprofit that does a lot of this research. Confirmed that when an individual is in heart coherence, that means when you're feeling gratitude, you're in coherence when you're feeling gratitude. So let's give gratitude for our belly. Say, thank you, belly. Thank you, belly. The belly is the source of a lot, we're learning. So the heart radiates when we're feeling things like gratitude and appreciation, which we can shift to at any time. The heart radiates a more coherent electromagnetic signal into the environment that can be detected by the nervous systems of other people. What? Seriously? I know you guys can pick up the vibes of other people. And did you know that the rhythms in our body are synchronized with the earth rhythms, that we're all vibrating together? The earth's magnetic resonance vibrate at the same frequency as our heart and our brain. What? Let's take a breath and send some love to the earth. You're creating coherence every time you conjure that appreciation. So this system that we're in works on the same frequencies. Now, what we're going to be learning today is this thing called the HRV Quick Coherence Method. And you already know it pretty well, but we're just going to bring it together as something that we can do throughout the day rather than having to sit still and close our eyes and go into that state of meditation. They're teaching this to doctors and surgeons and medical professionals, nurses, teams in hospitals, so that they can go into a coherent state when they're doing the surgery. They can shift out. And what we're learning is that we need to regularly shift out of, we need to shift out of the stress state into the coherent state many times during the day so that we keep a balanced system, to keep our system imbalanced. This is a picture of heart rate coherence. It's a harmonized wave pattern that happens through breathing. And you already learned that heart rate variability breath. So we've been practicing that a lot. And now we're sort of learning the science behind it. So you can see here, this is a coherent heart wave pattern, and this is an incoherent heart wave pattern. And what's happening is that when we get our heart into balance with our breathing, it synchronizes with our lungs and with our digestion and with our brain. So we get, it's like tuning the orchestra. It's like all the instruments. Let's say that the brain is the guitar and the heart is the drums and the tummy is, say, the violin, and they're all playing in different ways, but now we're bringing that orchestra together, right, of the major part of our system. This is the stress pattern where the system is like off. It's like when you're listening to music and the instruments are not in sync. And this is the coherent pattern when the organs and instruments of our body are in sync. And so what we're working on, what we're learning, and this is grounded in hard, well-accepted science, peer-reviewed science, is that we can shift to coherence relatively quickly and relatively easily, and that we need to. And probably one of the things that brings us out of coherence is not only the stressors, but the default mode network, the fear system. So it's a strong predictor of not only health, but getting better from disease. And it's also a predictor of athletic performance. So they're teaching heart rate variability and this heart coherence technique to athletes everywhere because it produces the best performance. So This is a little video that tells us, it really gives us, it's short and it's a great little animation. You can see the patterns of frustration. And what this means is that all the organs are sort of out of sync. You know, they're not in tune with one another. They're not in harmony. And then we shift. And two main variables involved. One is one of the variables is breathing, and the other is appreciation. So those are the two fast tracks, and we'll see how we can put those together into a little routine, you know, into a progression, like a dance routine. So machines they've developed to help with HRV, which you can look into. But isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? It influences our so much. And they've been able to help kids who have chronic belly aches, right? And it reduces. So it all makes so much sense, doesn't it? When we look at it like this. I mean, we can sort of feel this in our body. You know, you can feel the resonance or the non-resonance in your body. And you can see how we can shift our breath rate, shifting to resonance, our heart rate shifting to resonance, our blood pressure shifting to resonance. So they talked about in that little video clip, practicing this 5 to 10 minutes a day, which is practicing the HRV breathing. And then we practiced it with using meta loving kindness. And today we're going to learn another method, which is conjuring gratitude, like a sorcerer, like a wizard, becoming a wizard of gratitude. So basically, if we practice this 5 to 10 minutes a day, and then shift into it multiple times, practicing it 5 to 10 minutes a day is like strengthening you're training your body to be used to be able to do that really well. And it makes it easier to shift into it multiple times during the day, to take just even a minute or even just a few seconds. You can do it once you get used to it, right? And we've already warmed up on this a lot. So isn't it wonderful learning what you're getting from the heart rate variability breathing? So did you know that the heart is more powerful than the brain? It sends more signals up. So we used to think the mind controls more top down, but we've learned that, and we've anchored this course on understanding that if we can help the body feel good, if our body feels good, it's easier for our mind to feel good. Okay, so because there's more energy coming up to our mind than there is going down, but the mind still does send energy down. It's a feedback loop. Did you know also that the heart has its own nervous system? It even has neurons that we see in the brain that are thinking neurons in the heart. So the heart does have an intelligence system in it that we're just starting to study. And as we mentioned already, it sends more information to the brain than vice versa. And it very much affects the brain centers, right? Because we talked about when we're in a positive emotional state, green brain, when we're in an upset emotional state, red brain. So a lot of times we get into mild negative emotional states, and this is what we want to practice shifting from with today's method. All right, so coherence, you heard in the video, improves self-regulation, improves our ability to restrain, to have that pause, and it makes it more effortless. If you practice this regularly, you know, when I spend a couple of days out of coherence, like what we would call normal way of human being, because we aren't trained to go into coherence and our environment is relatively chaotic. You know, if you imagine, well, when we look at hunter-gatherer cultures that are alive today, they spend a lot of time in the relaxation state, and they don't spend a lot of time rushing. Did you know that one of the benefits of this pandemic, one of the silver linings of all the havoc it's caused, because we do need to look for silver linings and things to extract meaning from the hardships we go through, that the birth of premature babies has gone radically down. And one of the reasons they think, of course, is because the pregnant mothers aren't so stressed out. They aren't having to rush from place to place all the time. They were able to stay home more. Their physical bodies aren't so stressed out. So that whole move to one place to another, there's other stressors, clearly, but it's very interesting to note that. And So this state of living in this constant push, constant pressure to perform, achieve, do, get somewhere, do something, puts us, it shifts us out of coherence. So we're not living in a habitual state of coherence. So we can cultivate this. And it's so beautiful that we have this awareness. And you also heard in the video that this is very much gives athletes the leading edge. Heart rate coherence gives athletes the leading edge, right? Because your body is working now in harmony and your mind is working in harmony with your heart. So this is a wonderful video. We have times with our modern life is that we have too much accelerator and not enough brake. So this is the training for actually shifting straight to the braking system. So, and you're already well trained in it. So we're just going to we're already well trained in doing HRV breath, which is the anchor of it. And then we close with metta meditation, which is a way of conjuring love in the heart or goodwill in the heart, which puts us into a state of coherence. Now we're going to look at doing the breath with gratitude, which enables us to make a quick shift. So the quick coherence technique just has 3 steps, and it begins by focusing breathe and calm in whatever way you choose, which is the HRV breath is what we've generally been using. But you can also do things like imagine a beautiful place that you love to be. And then you can put your attention on your heart and breathe in and out of your heart. So go ahead and let yourself try that now. Dropping your attention into your heart and just breathing in and out of your heart. And then what we do the first step is really to do this HRV breath. If we're going to do it for say 5-7 minutes, which we'll do at the end, which would be like the training, we would start with HRV breathing and focus that breathing in and out of our heart. And then we would add reflecting on something that we're grateful for or appreciate. And I'm going to guide you in an exercise that will help make that easier. And we can also evoke that sense of this is the metta, right? The metta phrases, which, Heart Math has seen. What they're trying to do is sort of scientifically find efficient ways to enter the yogic states, the higher yogic states, what they've learned about the value of the yogic states and what scientifically, as you saw him describe, what they're finding is that it relates to coherence. So we're going to extend feelings of love and compassion and care that's what the metta love and kindness exercise does. And this one here, they encourage it to do towards the planet, and breathe feelings of compassion and care going in and out of our heart. So we're going to make it easy with 2 things. First, we're going to watch a very cool little video about gratitude. And then we're going to do a gratitude brainstorm, which is really fun. So first with the videos, and it never fails to put me into a wonderful state. Now let's, but it fades, right? And then sometimes when you feel like you want to cultivate some feelings of appreciation, sometimes if we're trying to shift from a stress state to a non-stress state, it's not easy. So let's do a quick brainstorm to make it easy. This is the gratitude pool brainstorm. Okay, so get ready to type some things in the chat. All right, I'm going to write down some things for us to do. The first one is what we're going to do is think about all the things that we love to see. Okay, think about things that you love to see. I love to see snow falling. I so love snow falling. So as I start to say things and they start to inspire things in your own mind, go ahead and type them into the chat. Some things that you love to see. I love to see my son's face, my family's faces. I love to see flowers floating in the wind. Yes, I agree with you. completely. I love to see rain too. And yes, trees and kids. Oh, I love to be in the forest and see the forest trees. And you know what else? I love to see things like hot dog stands, the old fashioned kind of hot dog stands on beach boardwalks. Those are so fun. And I love to see the sun shining down on the sea. Flowers. Oh, I love to see deer also. Yes, fairs and carnivals are so much fun. And clouds floating in the sky. These are all things that we love to see. I love to see cotton candy at fairs. They're so funny looking, those pink things on the little sticks. And I love to see snow cones. Oh, and classmates being in class. Yes, and bugs. How fun. Yes, bugs. Bugs are cool. Spider webs with dewdrops glistening on them and dewdrops glistening on the grass, right? Beautiful things, mountains and the sunset in the horizon, concerts, yes, people swaying together in a concert. That one just gives me chills. Okay, good. So things we love to see. Now, hear. What are things that we love to hear? I love to hear bells. I love to hear bells ringing. And I love to hear my voice too. And kids laughing. What a beautiful one that is. Kids laughing. And my favorite songs. Oh, yes, the sound of the singing bowl. And I love the sound of snow falling. Such a cool sound. There's just little trees cracking a little bit here and there under the snow. A little sound of ice breaking, raindrops, thunder, music. Music. I love to hear my son's voice. I love my husband's voice. He's got the coolest voice. Yeah, things we love to hear. And now let's do things we love to smell. This is our sensory immersion, things we really enjoy smelling, right? I love the smell of coffee. I love the smell of chocolate chip cookies baking. I love the smell of coconut and vanilla. Fresh cut grass. Yes. Food. Oh, I do love the smell of fresh cut grass. The smell of the air after the rain and the smell of flowers. Yes, the scent of your body. Blooming trees. Yes, these are beautiful, beautiful smells. Things that we love to smell. So we're doing an all sensory pool dive here. And now we're gonna, puppy breath. Oh, for sure. And babies, don't babies smell wonderful? And now let's do touch. We'll do touch. So what do we love to feel? What do we love to feel? I love to feel the soft blanket that I pull up over me at night. I love to feel my the weight of my dog on my feet. She'll lie on my feet. And I love that little pressure on the feet. Love to feel your pillow. That's a great one. The ground, the earth, your feet on the earth. I love to feel the sun on me when I'm lying on the sand at the beach. Oh, yes, the sun on your skin. I love to feel the breeze run across my face. Oh, love to feel snow and wind. We're on the same page on the ones that we're doing. What else do I love to feel? I love to feel a hug. I love to feel laughter, the feeling of people laughing. Oh, and very much body and movement, dancing. I love to feel the feeling of dancing. I love the feeling after stretching. And yes, your sun and tickles. Yes, these are all wonderful things that we love to feel. Okay, beautiful job. So now we've created a sensory pool. We've dived into a sensory pool of things that we love. And so when we do the meditation, when we do our coherence, our time of shifting into coherence, we can bring these things to mind. We can bring any one or a collection of these to mind to stir up that feeling of goodwill and love and gratitude within ourselves. Okay, great. We have just enough time now for our meditation. So if I could ask you to write what your favorite thing was that you learned today that you really want to remember. And one of the aspects of this exercise is that it will help you remember it, to write it down into the chat, right? So this is your favorite thing that you learned today. What is something that you really want to remember and take away, right, from today's talk? And then we will close with a coherence meditation. And you're already experts at this. We just vary it a little because our brains like variety. So you're going to write in the chat your favorite thing. And then we'll settle back and relax in for about a 6-minute meditation, a 6-minute coherence meditation. So you can go ahead and sit back, notice where you are, that you're safe here right now, safe here, secure right now. So we'll bring ourselves, we'll slow down. The default network needs our help. That spinning mouse needs our love to help it slow down, right? We need to like hug it and rock it, let it know everything's okay. And our way of hugging and rocking that mouse, the physical animal of our body, is through this soft, gentle breathing. So we can breathe out and we can breathe in. And we release and let go. And with heart rate variability breathing, it's very simple, just a longer out breath. A lot of times I'll start by counting just to get it going. So I'll breathe in, 2, 3, 4. I might open my shoulders and breathe in a little bit more at the beginning, and out to the count of 5. And if you like sounds and singing, a very yogic progression is to say so when you go in, so, and then hum as you go out, hum. And you can say this within yourself. I'm just saying it out loud to show you how. And then so, with the in-breath. And then hum, hum. Feel that relaxation. We're using sound vibration within ourselves. And then so. When you say so and you breathe in, you can imagine the energy going up into the world for cleansing, and hum down, hum. The energy coming down your spine. And then so. Energy goes up, and then hum. Energy drops down. Might notice your belly relaxing, and then so. Hum. Energy going up, so. Down, hum. It's just optional. Energy going up, so. Energy going down, hum. And feel that energy drop into your belly. Energy going up, so. And energy dropping down, hum. energy going up, so. And energy going down, just releasing and relaxing. Energy going up, so. And energy coming down your spine with hum. And now let's shift our attention to breathing in through our belly. And as we breathe out, feel a slight pressure along your vagus nerve at the base of your spine. Just like giving it a nice pat or a hug or a little squeeze and breathing in. You can still do so hum if you wish. And as you breathe out, feel a light little pressure behind your belly button. We're just massaging the pressure points of our vagus nerve, waking our vagus nerve up, giving it a little hug, breathing in. Now we feel it behind our heart. Feel that little pressure behind the spine, behind our heart. Breathing in. Traveling up the vagus nerve now. Behind your throat, in the back of your throat, against your spine. As you breathe out, feel a soft pressure, soft pat, soft little reassuring, soothing hug like a blanket being nestled on it. Breathing in. The middle of our brain now, where our spinal cord meets our lower part of our brain, nestles in there. And release. Feeling that nice, that's the top of the vagus nerve. And now let's breathe in. And then draw our attention back down to our heart and begin to breathe in and out of our heart. And breathe to mind as you do this something that you really love that you can see. Imagine, bring it to your mind and imagination. Something you love that you can see. For me, it's the snow falling on the branches today. Now let's bring to mind something that we love that we can hear. What comes to my mind is the sound of laughter, friends and family laughing. And then let's bring to mind something we can taste, which I think we forgot to do. I love the taste of tea. I love the taste of chocolate. And then let's bring to mind something we can smell that we love. Oh, I'm thinking of lemons. And then let's bring to mind something that we can touch or that we can feel that we love. And I'm picking up the wonderful sensation of a loving and reassuring hug, receiving and giving one. Now, as we breathe for a few moments, let's just spend a minute marinating in these. You can bring them all together at once, or you can ruminate on one or migrate from one to another as you breathe in and out of your heart. Things we're grateful for that we experience in life. And now let's close our meditation by extending that gratitude out. You can bring to mind somebody we'd like to wish well-being for. You can wish that they feel this good, that they feel gratitude, appreciation, that their day is punctuated by moments of feeling really, really good, of feeling safe and loved, healthy and whole, the ease of gratefulness. And now let yourself come to mind whoever you wish that you would like to send blessings of gratitude to. People in your family, co-workers, people you know who are hurting or struggling right now, going through the wave, your own body and the earth. Breathing in and out of the heart. Let's give thanks for our heart and for this wonderful practice, this coherence practice. And let's sense the energy that's around us now and within us, being in coherence as we breathe, nice and slow, in and out of our heart, and we feel our bodies in our chair, our hands resting comfortably, temperature of the air around us. And as we open our eyes this time, let's notice how amazing it is that we can see objects and colors. A world comes to life before us almost miraculously as we open our eyes. And let's feel appreciation for that miracle. And that we can go get a glass of running water. We can turn the temperature up or down. Let's give thanks for these things, these everyday little things, and for this ability to shift into coherence at any time. So open our eyes and come back into the room, and if you wish, you could stretch. Feel your body. It helps you move around. Feel gratefulness for your body, for the opportunity to live this day. We can switch into this coherence quickly at any time by slowing down our breath, putting our hand on our heart, and bringing these gratitudes to mind, these things that you love, these things that you love. And I love that you came here today. Thank you all so very much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you inside our class. Thank you, Franklin. I'm so glad that was an awesome class.